Our first guest comes to Notre Dame after a very successful season as the offensive coordinator and tight ends coach at Memphis. Under Chip Long's direction, Memphis was one of just 6 FBS football teams to rank in the top 20 in passing offense, scoring offense, completion percentage, passing efficiency, and first downs gained. Prior to this year at Memphis, Coach Long spent 4 years at Arizona State, where he worked with the tight ends and served as recruiting coordinator. In 2015, Long was recognized as one of the top 25 recruiters in the nation by both Rivals and 24/7 Sports. He also coached at Illinois, Arkansas, and Louisville. We are looking forward to learning more about Notre Dame's new offensive coordinator, Chip Long, on this week's Jack Swarbrick Show.
Chip, thanks for being with us. Really appreciate it. And I don't know whether it seems like yesterday or it seems like a year ago that we were having breakfast together in December in the Morris Inn as you were contemplating this opportunity. Has it settled down at all for you? I know it was a whirlwind.
No, not really. When I get my family here, probably will settle down a little bit, but it's going strong. You know, it's good to be off the road recruiting, getting around our players, and starting to get to understand them and what makes them tick, and that's just been great because I can't tell you, I'd compare our kids to any team in the country, and they've just been awesome. The way they've worked, the way they go about their business, and how hungry they are.
Well, you mentioned the thing that's most important, so introduce us to your family.
Well, my wife, it was actually easy convincing her to come to Notre Dame. She's from Chicago, little suburb in Hoffman Estates area. We have a 7-month-old daughter, so excited to finally get them here and get them settled and, just miss them.
When will that happen?
About a month.
Okay.
Everybody, the whole long crew will be here.
You know where you're going to live yet?
We're still working on it, but it's going in the direction we want it to go.
Well, good. What's been the biggest surprise?
Just the mentality of the players, just every single one of them. There's really been no issues. Nobody's really on lists. Nobody's really a problem. Some of them you got to push a little bit harder, but they all are looking in the same direction. And you don't see that on a lot of teams. And just the hunger and the excitement they have with the change, and they want to go out and prove the world wrong. And you want to be around that. I do as a coach, and that's been the biggest surprise. Just their attitude every single day, and just their work ethic that I've seen the last month.
What's some of the difficulties coming on as a new member of the staff?
Just feeling the players out, seeing what kind of hand you've been dealt. You're going to have some new players, new faces out there, getting around them, getting where they can trust me and then I can trust them. And then obviously how you fit with the staff. That's very important to me. We were able to keep Coach Easton and Coach Denson, and they've been huge for me, just kind of helping me with the way things work and the way things go here at the University of Notre Dame. And but just the relationship, and that takes time. It's a process, getting around these kids every single day, just so I can see what makes them tick, how they work, and how I can motivate them and help them.
You were, as you mentioned, you were out on the road. You jumped right into a recruiting period and got out there. What was it like to represent Notre Dame out there? What did you encounter?
It was good. This is the first time I've been able to really carry the big stick when you walk into a school, and when they see that, those letters on your shirt, you command attention. Everybody's wanting to help. Everybody has a story, when they visited South Bend or if they graduated. And it was amazing. But it was a breath of fresh air, to go out there and to know you can walk in any home and have a major elite status with any prospect in the country. And then you get to be selective. This is a special place that, a certain player and student you're looking for, and which is great, and but it was a lot of fun, I can tell you that.
What was your biggest draw coming to Notre Dame?
It was obviously you grow up in the South, football is a major deal.
Oh, yeah.
And to have an opportunity to come and coach the University of Notre Dame was you don't pass up. You don't miss their phone call when they call, and I've personally had tremendous respect for Coach Kelly. Since he was at Grand Valley, I've said it many a times. I've snuck into a couple of his practices when they were getting ready for the national championship in Alabama, in Florence, Alabama, when he's at Grand Valley, and just followed his career, the way he's worked himself to the top. I have tremendous respect for him. And then I've enjoyed his offense, studied it, for years. And to have the opportunity to come here and learn from a guy who's won, multiple national championships and played for one a few years ago, I wasn't going to pass up on that opportunity.
A lot of people say that coming to Notre Dame, it's a huge family atmosphere and the community in itself. Did you feel that coming here? Do you feel the difference from previous schools?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm still waiting to get my family here, but you can tell everybody's been tremendous. All the coaches' families have been great, and the community is unbelievable. And just the outreach, people are willing to help, and you can see when you come here, you never want to leave. And that's what makes Notre Dame special. And that's what I'm really excited to finally get my family here so they can sense it and not just hear about it on the phone. But there's no question it's a great atmosphere and one you never want to pass up.
Other than the head coach, of course, the two positions that draw the most scrutiny and interest are the coordinators. How will our Notre Dame's offense likely look different to our fans this year with you as the play caller?
It's probably going to be a little bit faster than what they've been used to. We're gonna. It all starts with a run. We're going to be a run play action team that goes really fast. We're going to be very multiple in what we do, formationally, personnel. But we want to establish the run and set everything up off of that. Very quarterback friendly. We're going to do what he does well and put him in positions to be successful. He's going to be a young guy out there. But from everything I've seen, he has everything we're looking for. But we really adapted to what kind of players we have, and we'll be able to see that in spring. But we carry a lot of offense, which helps us adapt to our personnel, be able to pick and choose for what we need. And each game will probably look a little differently, but, we're going to maximize what our players do well and put them in position to make plays, and, we'll be very aggressive.
We got a lot of players coming back. Obviously, we were a relatively young team last year. One of the places of great experience is the offensive line, and they must be pretty excited about a run first orientation.
Right. No, they are. They come up and grab me every single morning and tell me, and they're kind of our bell cow offensively and for the team. The way that entire group works, it's been unbelievable. And that was a major draw for me coming here, was being able to coach the elite offensive linemen in the country, and to be able to do this offense behind that. I hadn't had that ability to do it, and it really excites me to be able to run the ball when you want to run it and be able to play action and be aggressive and do a lot of things that I enjoy doing while calling a game. But, it's very exciting with that group. Great leaders, 1 and 2, great depth. So, I expect a lot of them, and they expect a lot of themselves, which excites me with their confidence.
Yeah, it's great to have 2 captains on the offensive
Right.
line, right? I mean, it's just something about what you were talking about, their leadership and their eagerness to sort of lead the team and have it be successful. You're also going to have some depth at tight end that we lacked a little bit in recent years, with a couple of veteran players coming back who've had a lot of success, and a number of young guys joining us. And I assume that'll be a big part of the offense.
No, it will. Really the tight end and quarterback are probably the most difficult positions to play in this offense. So, we streamline what they do. They have to be able to really think on the move so we can play fast. We're not having to have a lot of verbiage to do a lot of things that we want to do. So, they're able to play with a lot of confidence, and they're out there quite a bit. I want to be able to get in and out of different formations, but without having to sub. The moment I have to sub, a referee can stand over the ball and now allow the defense to sub, which slows the game down. But, at the same time, I want to be able to get in different looks and be able to do different things. So, they could be lined up at receiver, in the backfield, hand on the ground. It really showcases the tight end position, and it has for years. It's been one of the more productive units year in and year out for this offense. So, and I recruited a lot of these guys early on. And, once they went to Notre Dame, I was just, wow, you can get the best tight end in the country. And when I first got here, they had probably 1 and 2 in the country of tight end prospects committed. And so you can get that type of player here, which is great for this offense because, a lot of the time, probably 50% of the time the last 5 years, it's been a 12 personnel, which is 2 tight ends,
Right.
2 receivers, and a running back. And with the ability to do a whole lot of different things, and puts a defense in a bind by being able to get in different kind of surfaces and formations while playing fast with big guys is really exciting for me.
We obviously had really significant changes in the coaching staff, especially with you and Mike coming on. But the weight room's changed a lot too, and there's been a lot of excitement about mornings over in the Goog.
Right.
I've even heard about them.
Give us a little insight, since most of our fans don't get to peek in on that.
Yeah, you better have some thick skin. You better be ready to work. I mean, Coach Bayless and that whole staff does a tremendous job, just not only just motivating the kids, but giving them, a light at the end of the tunnel. It's just not going in there and just absolutely killing them. I mean, they're learning to thrive under pressure, being able to push through barriers and break down doors they haven't been able to do in the past. And it's really exciting seeing those kids that, when you first got here, they didn't have the greatest things to be said about them. And now seeing them succeed, seeing them feel themselves being successful, not only in the weight room, but in their conditioning, their team building, everything that we're trying to do to build that confidence, build that team unity, is seeing guys who might not in the past have flourished. Now they're running away with it, which is exciting. And now we just got to get those other guys to keep coming, and it'll be an exciting group to coach. There's no question about it. But they're doing a tremendous job just in all facets of the program down there, helping building a team. How
much can you install and convey without being able to get on the field with them yet? I mean, do you spend a lot of film work with some of the guys? Yeah, we can, just with technology now, you can put everything on the iPad. We can put our day one install. I can get up and teach as if I was teaching day one, and I can have it filmed so those kids can watch that thousands of times to get an idea. But, you still got to get out in the field and feel that tempo, feel that, that stitch in your side when we're going fast, and being able to execute when you're tired. I mean, that's what I base this whole offense on with these guys is, can you do what your coach will do when you're tired? Can you play at a high level when you're tired? And that's in all sports. But, that's one thing Coach Bayless has done a great job, is making our guys think when they're tired, pushing them to that brink, and then making them do certain drills where they have to be, they can't just waller in their circumstance. They've got to be able to thrive and be able to think and communicate with each other, and then have the poise to execute what they're being coached to do in that time frame. So, we're maximizing every rule we can to help these kids get ahead. But, it still comes down to blocking, making plays, being able to execute, play as one. And you got to get out in the field to do that. But they'll be fine. They'll be ready to go. I'm not worried about that. I'm more concerned about getting these guys confidence in the weight room and the conditioning, and building that team chemistry that you need for a championship run. Well, Coach, we're thrilled to have you as part of the Notre Dame family. Your impact has been significant in a short period of time. I know from talking to the guys how much they like working with you, and so we welcome you. We look forward to great things in the future, and thanks for being with us. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me on. All right, we'll be back in a minute.
In the locker room, we're not really talking much. We're kind of, visualizing what's going to happen on the ice and staying focused on what's up next.
Open up the door, kind of blinded by the light right away that comes in through the tunnel. It's like kind of just being thrust into the world. It feels like everything's kind of over on top of you.
Playing for my teammates, you literally do anything for them. You're a family with them. It's amazing playing with a team like this.